Hello everybody, I hope you're all doing well today. It is the weekend, yet again, and it's time to take a look at some of these computers here again and see what we can get into. So let's start with that. So there's a couple different things that I want to do. I want to get these up and working, of course. I'm thinking with this one that does have Windows 98 on it and programs and whatnot, I wonder if I can clone it somehow to a newer drive. We'll give that a try. And then this guy over here, I want to try seeing if some of the other hard drives I have maybe have something bootable on them. So I want to hook this up and put some of the other hard drives into the machine and see what we can get there. I think that's what I'm going to start with first. So let me set up this little thing here. This came with the table. There's a bunch of these that fit across the entire table. And it's just a protector, which is perfect, so that the metal from the computers doesn't necessarily scratch it. I didn't think of using it earlier, but I'm thinking of using it now. So we'll set this one up, and got our monitor and all that kind of stuff here too. So we have two different hard drives here, and these are the two that originally came in this case. This 1.2 gigabyte one is the one that was original to this motherboard. So that's why I moved it over with it. It doesn't seem to want to boot into anything, but maybe I just don't have it set up correctly. Either way, we'll give these two a try. Again, this one is 212.6 megabytes, and this one is 540.8 megabytes. So we'll just start with one of them and see what we get. So I've tried the different drives, and I haven't necessarily got any of them to show up. However, it does seem that the computer recognizes them, as when it boots up, it doesn't say that it's not found, for example. But I did get it to boot into MS-DOS, and I did get a floppy disk created. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. There's at least no errors there. And usually it would ask to insert a bootable disk here, but I already have the DOS disk inserted. So it'll say starting MS-DOS. And then it looks for a CD-ROM, which is, I think, installed correctly. But it's installed onto, I think, the sound card or something funny. So maybe that's part of the problem, it can't find it. But we do get to the prompt here, and everything seems to be okay. So I don't know much else about DOS other than, you know, little tiny things like what we just did this second. But other than that, that's as far as I can get. I'm going to learn more about it and see where we can go from there. But anyway, at least we get here. So now we're going to see if we can clone this 10 gigabyte hard drive to a modern SSD. Okay, so it looks like we're moving right along here. Yes, Windows on a Mac, isn't that something? Anyway, we're copying the 10 gigabyte original hard drive to the 240 gigabyte SSD, and we'll see if it boots. Now, obviously, there's no SATA on a machine this old, so we have a solution for that as well. It's just over here. It is an IDE to SATA converter. So we're going to give this a try as well. Before I go any further with this machine, I just want to clean it out. So I'm going to take all the parts out here and give it a vacuum. I don't believe I've shared the monitors that I picked up, but Here's the one that I brought home. It's an Acer 77E. It's in really good shape. There's a little bit of a ding here from when it fell into the dumpster. You know, a little bit of a smush there. And I think there's something on one of the back sides. There's a little smush right here too, but other than that, it's in really good shape. There's no scratches on the screen. The last I had it on, it had good color from what I can remember. And in the pictures I found on the hard drive of this machine, this was the monitor that was paired with it, because they took a picture of the computer itself and the monitor and their setup on the desk, basically. So yeah, this was the pair that they had together back when this was a machine that the company next door actually used. Got it all cleaned up, just putting all the pieces back in here. A wonderful difference. But I wanted to take a quick look at the graphics card here. It says it's a 3D Rage Pro AGP 2X. The one thing that I did notice is that all the parts in this computer have these warranty void if removed stickers. And they're all the same looking stickers. Some of them are blue and some are white like this. Now if I set this one aside here, for example, this modem card here has a blue one. The RAM stick there that was original has one. These drives have them. I'm guessing then it's all original or something. Why would you put a warranty void if removed? I don't even need to get to anything under that sticker. So what does that even mean? But anyway, we'll put them back in place. All back together, so let's try out that new drive. I decided to leave the case fan out because it's really noisy and I don't think it really adds anything. And I've also found it interesting that it's bringing air in from the front and then it somehow just makes its way out, which, I mean, that works, but whatever. I'll find a nicer one to put up here. One that maybe can plug into the motherboard right there. Either way, this is the fan that was up front. The one thing that I like about it is look at the curved blades. They're not pointy at the ends. It kind of looks like a box fan type blades. That's pretty cool. But as you can see, it just runs off of 12 volt here. It doesn't even have a, you know, it doesn't regulate or anything like if it was plugged into the motherboard, I'd assume. So whatever. Also, the battery I took out, it's no good. I got a whole bunch of them, so we'll put a new one in there. So we got the adapter fitted. Goes right on the end of the SSD here and turns it into IDE. Very nice. It comes with the plug there. In fact, I might not even need this cable because I have that plug on the power supply. Either way, we need a place to mount this, and obviously in this old of a case, there wasn't a plan for that. But we're going to use the magic of double-sided tape. Just kind of stick it here. There we go. I wanted to keep the original hard drive in the case. It did come with it after all, might as well keep it complete. But now we got everything plugged back in. Let's see if it still works. And we can boot off of the drive here. So on the first try, I forgot to have a battery in here. So it gave some interesting beeps. So let's try again. Oh, now we got something. It just wasn't happy that there was no battery in there. The only fan you hear is the CPU fan. Okay, looks like we've got some stuff to set up. So we'll go ahead and do that. Let's save and exit and see what we get. Oh, okay. Looks like we're booting up. Got the little bar at the bottom there moving. Stop the video just simply because it had a background picture original to the hard drive, so just change it to nothing. But it looks like we're up and going here. It booted up as normal, no issues found there, so I guess I'll just play around with it and we'll go from there. But other than that, looks like this modification worked out. I did read online somewhere that Windows 98 necessarily didn't have the support for higher capacity drives like this 240 gig SSD, for example. But this one must have got all the updates for it to accept that, because it seems to be fine here. And let's see, yeah. Looks like it all shows up. A nice user on Instagram posted a comment on one of my photos that I should check out a certain restore. So I decided to stop by there today. Let's take a look at what I found. We have 1, 2, 3 GE power floods. At least I believe that's what they are. This one has the GE logo on it. These other two do not. But these other two do have the red 25s on here, indicating that this is 250 watts metal halide. It looks like this one had a sticker here at one point, but it's gone. Whatever. So this one, I opened it up just to take a glance at it. This one was manufactured in 2000, and these other two were manufactured the same date, 1994. I believe these were March of 94, and this one was September of 2000. So that's those 3 fixtures. And one of these, boy, this has been on my bucket list to find for an incredibly long time. One of these handyman bucket lights. Now this one is interesting. Someone has taken the ballast out of it and directly wired it to 120 with the photocell in line, so whoever did it knew what they were doing. So you could just put a standard mogul bulb in there and it would work fine. I'm sure I'll put a ballast or something in it, but it is brand new, and we'll take a look at that here in a second. However, here's a second one. Yes, I found 2 of these. You could not imagine how excited I was to see these. This one, I believe, is the deluxe version. It is 70 watt high pressure sodium, and it is painted brown. The original 175 watt mercury vapor version here, as you can see, is just a aluminum. There's no paint on it at all. So being 70 watt high pressure sodium, this one does still have the ballast inside and appears to be completely brand new, unused. The only thing that it's missing, of course, is the box, photocell, and bulb. But other than that, the wires here at the end don't appear to have ever been used. In fact, they're a little corroded there. And the finish is in really good shape. If we take a look at the top here, I believe it says Handyman on it there. If we take a look at the inside, we have the wonderful slanted socket and the Handyman sticker there. Very good condition. No cracks or anything in the refractor. So, very cool. But let's see what's in this box. Moved the fixture off of the top. No ballast. Use LED lamp. So again, somebody knew what they were doing when they took the ballast out of this. Obviously must have been pretty recent too, because they reference LED. It's not necessarily like incandescent or something like that. But again, what do we have here? Well, this is definitely not the fixture. These are some extra things that I got. I just put in here to save some space. So I picked up 2 of these 250 watt metal halide bulbs. They're both slightly used. There was a third one, but it looked like it was very heavily used. So I only picked up these 2. They were $2 a piece. I thought, why not? Mostly because 2 of these 3 fixtures are going to go to work and be used there in the warehouse. The other one I'm going to keep in the collection. At the moment, I think I'm going to keep this one. It's slightly newer. It has the nice GE logo on it. It is missing the NEMA sticker. That is very sad. I really do like seeing it on here. But I think this is the one that I'm going to keep for the collection. And these 2 are going to go to work. So These two bulbs still look like they have a little bit of life in them. We'll use them for testing. I'm not sure if I have a 250 watt metal halide bulb on hand, but we'll take a look and go from there. Either way, at least there's something to test them with. So like I said, we got two of them here. Oh, that one I screwed into the fixture. If I haven't mentioned, these are Phillips bulbs. You can kind of see it there. I'm assuming, again, whoever donated these probably took the bulbs out and then did them separate or something. Anyway, doesn't matter. I found some photocells in the electrical aisle. Here's one. It was in a bag, brand new. Just like this one right here. For $1.50, I thought that's not bad. So 2 brand new photocells. And a whole bunch of these little things. So what are they? Well, let's take a look here. They're little clear S14 bulbs. As you can see, sign service 11 watt, long life 8,000 hours. I think that's an 8. 130 volt. Wonderful filament structure and brass base. Awesome. I could only find 6 of them, so that's how many I picked up for 50 cents a piece. Not bad. I think these are made by the Guaranteed brand, if that even was a brand. The etch looks very much like that. So that's my guess there. Let me take these other bulbs out. With the other bulbs removed, we can take a look inside. And we can see that the main sticker there is missing. Again, I'm sure the person who took the ballast out did so that nobody would read it and put a 175 watt mercury vapor bulb in here by accident. So let me just lift the fixture out. It's incredibly light, being that there's no ballast in it, so no worries about breaking it or anything. Hopefully it'll stay there. Okay, with that set aside, let's take a look at what's down in here. We still have the original arm, just like the high pressure sodium version. Definitely has some weight to it, so that's nice to see. Very nice addition there for the light. That it's still in there for sure, in new old stock. Looks like this used to be over the photocell, but it has since fallen off, and you get a little hint there of something. Of course, we have the mounting hardware. The original warranty registration. And the original instruction sheet. Pretty cool. I think the coolest part of this package, though, is the picture on the front. That's really neat. Here's a more close-up look at the mercury vapor version of the fixture. As you can see, it's again just a solid aluminum mold. There's no paint on it or anything. It's just bare aluminum. And at the top, McGraw-Edison. Just as I suspected, I believe they had their own line of these as well. Maybe the Handyman was just a division of themselves. I'm not entirely sure, but McGraw-Edison on this one, where the other one did say Handyman on it. Again, all brand new. Someone added some really heavy gauge wires here, and I took a look at the insides just to, curiosity, see what they did, and they wired it up right. Nothing wrong there. It is wired up just if you were to put a Mogul incandescent bulb in it. So very cool. Some might find it an ugly fixture, but I love this thing. I've always wanted one, and to find 2 of them among a whole bunch of other really cool finds is absolutely amazing. So definitely videos of these, the bulbs, and the floodlights here to come soon. As always, I really do hope you enjoy these videos, and also please comment, rate, share, and subscribe, and thank you very much for watching.